You're at the grocery store. You just want to put something quick together when you get home because work was 12 hours today. But all you've got is cereal and no milk, and you want your kids to have a full, nutritious meal. Maybe a side salad, but this lettuce looks wilted, the tomatoes aren't ripe, and the carrots have seen better days. You don't have the time to go to a different store. The better ones require planning for on your days off. You have time to travel outside your neighborhood, not a quick trip after work. Your colleague, Haley, talks about her backyard garden all the time. You've seen the pictures. It's gorgeous. You live in an apartment, not a brownstone. Yeah, you've seen it. People online with vegetable gardens in their kitchens. Then you wonder, could I actually do that? Could I grow food in my home? Hello, rootmates. Shakara here. I'm back today to tell you yes, you can grow food inside your home. All you need is the right community and support system to guide you. I know this because that's how I learned. I started the way many might. I read books, did a lot of research online, trawled forums, bought some equipment and seed, and then tried to grow vegetables in my parents' backyard. I was, at the time, living in the suburbs, so I had space. While I did succeed in growing a few things that summer, my education was severely lacking. So what did I do? I applied to work on a farm. My trajectory went from a full growing season on a 14-acre rural vegetable farm to a month interning on an urban farm, and then becoming an AmeriCorps that worked in New York City parks and community gardens. With each opportunity, I had what I was missing during my first attempt at vegetable gardening: community, mentors, others eager to learn, and people I could in turn teach. Without this interaction, the hands on trial and error experience of learning would not have taught me half as much, half as quickly, as being able to interact with people of varying degrees of knowledge did. Consider, the only reason I could go through this experience was because I could afford to fail. I had no family depending on me, minimal bills. AmeriCorps even awarded me money towards my student loans. But as I stayed in the city and turned to indoor vegetable gardening, I realized how rare community support is for most people doing the same. For someone with bills, with family, with a full time job, ever increasing rent, who wants to grow vegetables inside their own home, they don't have the same freedom that I did. While other hobbies and skills have communities, knitting circles, photography meetups, language exchange groups, even glass blowing classes, indoor vegetable gardening is something that happens in isolation. Maybe you have the time and extra money to take a course or two at one of the botanical gardens, but those courses aren't typically called indoor gardening for beginners. They're usually about gardening outside, and you still have to figure out how to convert that to an indoor context. So, for the most part, you're reading conflicting advice in books, scrolling through Reddit forums at midnight, watching YouTube videos that contradict each other, and following Instagram accounts that show you apartment gardening ideas, but not actually how to do it. You're in your apartment wondering what's the real reason you have brown spots on your leaves or why your herbs are so leggy and why you can't seem to get a straight answer. Which is why we're building the A Room with Roots growing community. Because learning to grow your food should be easy. It's ancient knowledge that has been passed down through generations for ages. But growing food inside your homes is a fairly new concept, and so little knowledge has been built around it that people, for the most part, are expected to figure it out on their own. We're changing that. A Room with Roots is designed for people who want to learn indoor gardening, but want support and community in a structured learning environment. Here's how it works. Everything is accessible online, whether through web browser or mobile and desktop apps. That means you can access your growing community on your lunch break, while watching a movie with your family, or as you're harvesting your first batch of homegrown carrots. We offer e-courses and live discussions that walk you through the fundamentals, from how to set up your garden to best tricks for getting the biggest harvest out of your plants. We even go through common issues, their causes, how to treat them, and how to prevent them in the future. But it's not just about gardening. We'll also talk you through how to store your produce so that it will last longer. Yet the e-courses are not the most important feature of the growing community. It's the community itself. You'll connect with other New Yorkers that are growing inside of their homes, dealing with similar issues and celebrating the same successes. You'll be with each other to showcase your first collard green bounty, trade recipes, or commiserate if a crop doesn't turn out as hoped. We're offering two tiers of membership. Free members get access to garden inspiration, practical tips for harvesting and storing produce, and the option to take individual courses as needed. For those who want to dive deeper, our paid memberships give you full access to our entire course library, priority access to live webinars, and deeper community features. With monthly, quarterly, and annual payment options, you can decide which membership works best with your situation. No matter which membership you choose, you're guaranteed to grow your gardening knowledge and make friends with other incredible New Yorkers along the way. Imagine opening your fridge and seeing a bounty of produce you grew without ever stepping outside. Luscious multicolored carrots, radish, golden beet, your countertops overflowing with heirloom tomatoes, eggplants, cucumbers, you name it. Imagine having people to share your successes with, people who whooped with genuine enthusiasm when you announced this year's successful pepper harvest. The Room with Roots growing community launches this summer, and I want you to be a part of it from the very beginning. I'm able to share a Room with Roots because I could access mentors and peers that would teach me how to grow. Now I want to make that same kind of support accessible to you right in your home on your own schedule, despite whatever challenges you may be facing. So please be a part of our community of rootmates when we officially launch. Sign up for our newsletter by June 10th to get early access perks. Even if you sign up after, you'll be among the first to know when the community officially opens. Later, rootmates.